Hey, this is Mix94.5 morning. It is your big breakfast. It's Clarsey Mountain Kimber, 8:19. We spoke to him 2 years ago when he was doing a movie project, and but it's very different when it's on the phone and you get the man in the studio. His name is Bryan Brown from Cocktail, Gorillas in the Mist, Two Hands, FX, Break a Morant, so much more. His new movie, Palm Beach, with his old mate Sam Neill. Bryan Brown, welcome, mate. Good to see you.
Good morning. Great to be here.
Oh, it's great to see you, buddy. Personally, I've grown up watching you do so many great performances, and it's wicked to have you here in the flesh. And Palm Beach, a film about, it's out August the 8th, and it's a film about family and friends and maybe secrets. And, you know, you got to work with some old friends on that, and indeed your wife directed it.
I did, yeah, working with Sam Neill.
Yeah.
I'm working a lot with Sam recently. I don't know if that's because we're the last two of that age that are alive, but I'm working with Sam a lot, and we're very good mates. And Greta Skarkey, who's fantastic. Jackie McKenzie. There's a young girl, Claire Vanderboom, that comes from Western Australia, that's in it as well. Richard E. Grant, who's a very funny bugger. And it's directed by my wife, Rachel Ward.
What a cast. What a lineup.
Yeah.
It's great. I mean, I think one of the challenges that we all face is as we get older, it's harder to stay fit and harder to take care of ourselves and be healthy. In the film, you get your shirt off a couple of times. There's a couple of sex scenes in there too. Did you get in shape?
I wouldn't call them sexy.
I'm jazzing it up.
I'd call them stumble scenes.
Better a stumble than nothing, though, Bryan.
Well, did you get in shape the way, just a few weeks before like Hugh Jackman does for Wolverine, or are you always taking care of yourself?
Well, I remember when I was 30, I was laying in bed in my place in Newtown in Sydney, and the television came on, and I looked out, and there was like 3,000 people going to run from Sydney to Bondi, and I had this massive hangover, and I looked at that and I thought, I should be that, not this. So that morning I got out and I ran about a mile.
Oh, did you?
And so from 30 through to now, I exercise. I've always exercised.
Okay.
Tried to exercise every day. Sometimes if you're away working, you go, can't do it. Don't try to fit that in.
Nope.
But I just find that exercise is good for me. It makes me feel alive. It's and I like to do things. I still surf. I go skiing. And you can only do that if you stay limber and that. So I'm a great one for Pilates. All you out there, I go to Pilates 3 and 4 times a week.
Excellent.
Nothing wrong with that. Mate, I'm going to play a little bit of an inspiration of yours.
Oh, my God.
King of Rock and Roll. Now, last time we spoke, Bryan, you told us about your love for the King of Rock and Roll.
Yeah.
And we were about to do a chat with one Priscilla Presley. And
That's right.
And I said to you, what would be the one question? And your one question was, well, I think it's right here, actually, about the very first kiss between Elvis and Priscilla. Here's Priscilla with that answer. Priscilla, we recently spoke with Bryan Brown, who you may know. We said that we were going to talk to you, and we said, what if you had one question of Priscilla? And he said, what was the first kiss like?
He was a great kisser, I must say. The first kiss, actually, I was taken aback by it because he surprised me. I was quite young, as we all know, and so I was stopped in my tracks, and he stopped me and he gave me a kiss, and it was a sweet kiss, but yet enough for me to remember. Let's just put it that way.
We're definitely calling Bryan Brown back. He'll want to hear that. 2 years in the making.
That is mind-blowing.
You got your answer.
I got goosebumps.
Yeah, I could see that.
I mean, I think I got goosebumps over her. She sounds great, doesn't she?
Doesn't she?
But that's like, what a question to ask someone that you actually asked that, and she actually was without trouble answered it.
Yeah.
Right?
She got very giggly too when it was asked. Yeah.
God alive. Yeah, no, I love Elvis. Love that bloody song. Jesus.
There you go.
Well, Bryan, we were thinking, because when, radio stations, it's often, what stunt can we do? What can we do with these guys?
Oh, yeah.
We love to just get people in and chat because that's what we love about you as performers. But we heard that a radio station tried to turn you into a paint colour. What was that about?
Oh, yeah, actually it was to do with Two Hands when that movie came out.
Oh, yeah.
Great film. Yep.
And so this character I played, Pando, was, liked a bit by people. And so they started to talk about, one of the radio stations said, what about if we get a colour called Bryan Brown? Right? And so audiences rang up and went, yeah, I'm all for that, So they got a lot of people saying, great idea. So they then got in touch with me and they told me about it. And they said, Bryan, if you're on side with this, we'll go to Taubman's or one of those places and say, listen, can you make a colour Bryan Brown?
Yeah.
And he said, we asked some people what they would do if there was a colour called Bryan Brown. One bloke rang in and said, I'd paint me ute.
That's pretty Aussie.
I'd paint me ute,
That's
Bryan
great.
Brown. So he said, well, go ahead. Do you want us to go ahead? What do you want to do? And like, there was this huge part of me that just wanted so much to go ahead with that. Like, I went, I can't think of anything better than being a colour, that some bloke's going to paint his ute. And then there was the other part of me that said, really, do you want that on your tombstone? Do you really want to go down as the bloke that invented a colour?
Want the bathroom baby blue and the lounge room Bryan Brown.
Yeah, it would never have superseded your career.
No,
You would have been safe.
Yeah, but anyway, so I had to put them, say no to that.
Product placement. It might have been a backyard dunning in some of the old suburbs of Australia.
I grew up with a backyard dunning.
Yes.
Yeah, let's get it right.
There you go. Yeah, you did mention as you walked in that Perth has changed a lot recently. One of the great things is one of your former castmates and the late Heath Ledger has got the theatre named after him in Northbridge.
Wonderful. Yeah. That was probably the first time in a long time that I'd come to Perth. I came for a memorial to, I think we had it down in Cottesloe for, I had it at his old school, and then we all went for a drink down at Cottesloe for the memorial to Heath. That was a very sad occasion. And, a bloke that went far too early. You see that happen, don't you? Mm-hmm. But anyway, but things move on, and you get older, and you make a movie like Palm Beach, which is for my generation.
Absolutely.
Well, that's great too. Yeah, exactly. Something that's for your generation and other people that sometimes don't get the movies made about them.
No, well, I mean, my generation's an interesting generation that people think that we've, kids are off your hands, you got some money in your pocket, everything's nice, but you never stop dealing with stuff. As Richard E. Grant said, Bryan, no one's untouched, and so the movie really is about the fact that. Your kids are always your kids. If they're going through something, you're going through it.
Yeah.
People face retirement. What the hell does that mean?
Yeah,
What's my purpose in life?
Yeah.
And so anxiety and depression exist out there. But, as the movie's basically saying is like, it's real. It hurts. It's pain. But we get through things because of family and friends.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the music that's in our lives.
Yes, absolutely. A bit of the king to see us out here as we wrap things up. Bryan, always good to catch up.
Lovely to see you. Thanks for your
Thanks,
time.
Brady.